entrance into our property, and as you can see, it's just a fancy old farm gate. Nothing compared to the neighbours here or across the road. So our plan is to do a similar thing. What I'm going to do is pull this fence out that we got across the front, and we're going to build a blockwork wall halfway down that fence there and across, and with electric gates in the middle. And the reason why we're offsetting it a bit, because I want a post about here somewhere so you can push a button when you drive in. Yeah, so it's all a bit of quite a big project. We're going to put a footing in across there, come across, and then straight across over to this side. And we'll probably build a garden in front of the fence itself in the end. So the first thing I had to do here is remove the old 7-wire fence from the side of the neighbour's fence, and then I started pulling the posts out of our front fence. The strainer post here was a little bit harder than the other posts, but in the end it did come out without too much effort. The tractor is very useful in this circumstances. So here I'm digging the hole to put the strainer that I've reused from the end to hook the 7-wire fence back up again. So here we are. I've just retied it back to the strainer post, and oh sorry, I've already done one there, tied a knot. So I've got the wire strainers here all connected up to do the next one, so it's a matter of getting it up nice and tight. As you can see there, the second one is nice and tight, and then putting this round into a knot. So really much to do it, but to get into it. There we go, 7 wires all tied up, fence is back up to normal, ready for stock again. So here we're putting palings on the side of the neighbour's fence to make it look similar to what he's got on his side. And now the fun begins using the digger. Now there's three things we had to look out for here. The power goes down the middle of the driveway and along with water. There's also a fibre cable on the far right side that we had to watch, and that was very close to the surface too. So this part I dug behind because this is where the fibre cable was, and we weren't quite sure exactly where it was, and I really didn't want to hit it. The spade here actually represents where the fibre cable actually is, and so I use that as a reference point to dig right up to it with the excavator. Now some of you are probably thinking they are quite wide and quite deep footings, and they are a little bit oversized. I have been working off our standard. We've got a standard for block walls here in New Zealand, and in the end I think they only probably need to be about 700 wide, and these probably about a metre, so we won't use it all, and it only needs to be about 300 mil. Some of this a little bit deeper than that, but I had to dig out the topsoil. You can't build on the black stuff. You can see the black stuff there, and that's all dug down to about there. So this other red clay soil is good to build on. It'll be fine, but I did have to get all the black stuff out. So we dug down to get all that out, and I might backfill a bit of pit sand in to fill it up a little bit, but we only need to be 300 deep. Today's object is to actually box up the around the top of the footing. Some of you eagle-eyed people will notice that the footing on the far side here is actually forward of this side of the wall. That was a mistake, and you'll later on see that we actually redug that one and made it flush with this one. So we just started putting the boxing in. So there, and Chris is getting the levels lined up so we can make sure it's all level. So this was a very easy way of doing boxing. We used the palings from the fence and just put pegs in the corners and screwed it all up, and it was very quick and easy to do. So there we go, finished boxing around the top. Still a little bit of work to do. Next thing is to, I need to dig 2 post holes for the gates to go on. So I've got to put some aluminium poles in the ground, and they'll be concreted in the footing as well. And then once we've done that, then a bit of pit sand backfilling, where it only needs to be 300 mil thick, deep, and yeah, and then we're just about done. Right, so here we are ready to pour the concrete. Sorry I missed a few things out for everyone, but we've got the reinforcing in the footing there, and we've also got the poles there ready for the gates. So the gates are going to be connected to these aluminium posts that we've been put in. And as you can see, we've got D12 reinforcing along the bottom, and there's some mesh sitting there, but that mesh will be pulled up to be at the top. And we've got starters that will go into the walls. They're all need to be pulled up before it poured, but other than that, yeah, so we're all ready to pour.